empty line. Tyler was so proudly recording while Garrett was playing with his watch. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Beard and a Half Movie Reviews. I'm Tyler.
I hate when you do that, dude.
Every time, man.
Fun.
You want me to take it from the top? We restart.
I mean, no, it's already. We're already here. Hello, everyone. And welcome.
You immediately turned it into the podcast.
Yeah, I went into podcast mode.
You know,
I do feel like I'm a little bit darker now, but I don't really care. I'm just rolling with it. I'm sick of messing with the cameras and the lighting and stuff.
I have your whiteness over here.
Yeah.
So
You stole my whiteness.
You
stole my whiteness, man.
You know, I always, because it's funny before we start the podcast, it's funny because like normally talking to you, it's like, oh, hey, Garrett. Then it's like, hello, everyone, and welcome.
That's just how I open.
So
I gotta get real deep. Well, also I have to because
maybe I should just go with like a I agree with you, Garrett.
We're doing microphones and stuff like that rather than normal talking. I have to bring down my voice.
Remember, we don't have to do that anymore.
No, I know, but I can't be this loud all the time like usual. So I have to bring it down because I'm a very loud person. Everybody knows this about me who's met me in real life. They're like, wow, that guy's the loudest guy in the room. Can't help it. That's just how I talk.
Just for a second, I thought your audio was coming over here. I was like, this man is fucking screaming.
Yeah, no, that's why we're just going to chill. We're just in podcast mode. We're in chill mode.
This is 420, so it's a chill day.
Oh, it is 420. I forgot about that. Yeah.
How many
on, dudes? I don't do that stuff.
What we do?
More power to you.
What we do is we cut to you, and then
you're just.
Then we cut back to me. And they don't know what I did. That's the mystery.
It was vaping.
Yeah, no, it was.
Solve that. Just cut that right now.
It was drugs.
Was vaping.
It was heroin.
It's 420, and it's a lazy day for me, man. I'm having a hard time waking up today and just getting around. It's raining and everything else,
It was weird to me that I was up before you, because normally 8 or 9 o'clock you're like, all right, I'm gonna start this movie. I'll be over there by 1. Like, you don't give me like any option. It's just like,
I slept in today.
All right.
Repainting the bathroom, so I stayed up kind of late last night.
Yeah, when you texted me last night and I asked you to play games, you're like, I'm repainting the bathroom. I was thinking to myself, what did you eat? I was like, he's repainting the bathroom.
I was actually repainting my bathroom. Yeah, just white, but it just needed to be repainted. So we were just like, screw it, we're just repainting it. So
all right,
we rent too. we're just painting it. It was white already. It was it was getting dark and everything else. So we were just like, fuck it, let's just repaint it. Why not?
Fuck it, the old landlord special, just paint over
the walls, painted the ceiling and everything. So yeah.
You painted the ceiling? Doesn't your ceiling have like the popcorn stuff?
Yeah, it's popcorn ceiling. Painted it. Got a roller, just painted it.
Really? That's funny.
If anything, my landlord's gonna be like, whenever I leave, like, wow, this looks better than when you showed up. You're fucking damn right it did, dude. And it cost me some money, but whatever.
There's just a hole in the wall.
I'm just trying to secure that security deposit back in my pocket. So
yeah, that's it. That's it. That's what it is. So before we actually start this, I went over some analytics that I did not enjoy seeing yesterday about our podcast. Nothing bad.
I didn't even enjoy it.
I didn't enjoy it because 79% of the people that download and listen to our podcasts aren't following us or are subscribed.
Aww.
So why don't you go ahead and do that right now?
If you could, that'd be great.
No, you can, unless you don't have hands, in which case hand the phone to somebody else.
If you're driving. People listen to podcasts while driving.
Yeah, I do. Not mine, but
not mine. No,
I can't.
I do sometimes. It's like it's
Garrett,
like
I can factually tell you how many times in the last week, how many times you've listened to our podcast.
How many times?
2. And you barely even listened to it.
I did too. Wow, that's hilarious.
You're the only one that listens to it on Google Podcasts.
Because it only takes me 20 minutes to get to work.
Yeah.
And our episodes are longer than 20 minutes, so I don't always.
Our episodes kind of average like an hour and 12 minutes most of the time.
When I'm at work, I usually have my headphones in and I'm listening to either music or podcasts, but I just haven't really been listening to podcasts lately at work. So
Yeah, I haven't been listening to music at all at work lately.
dude, I've
so.
been jamming to some music lately.
I was jamming to the
Freaking getting
2000s
down.
alternative rock just because I was like, what's the worst that could happen? Then Creed and Coldplay and Nickelback popped up, and I was
all
like,
makes its way in there.
I'm gonna hop out of this.
I was thinking today on my way here, and I do this every time it's raining and stuff like that, and I'm like driving in the car. I just, you know how like when it's raining and all the worms come out?
Yeah.
On the sidewalk and pavement and everything.
Just go up there and grab a couple of them.
I think about how many worms I just murdered on my way here driving.
Like by birds or like by
No. Just me running over those bitches. You ever think about that? I think about that every time it rains and I have to drive somewhere. I hear a car go by and I'm like, that car just probably smushed like 9,000 worms.
So I don't know why. Well, I know why worms come up when it's raining because they sense the vibrations. They're like, oh,
yeah,
moisture.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh. And then they come up. And normally, like at work, for instance, I won't touch them. But like if I see like this big long worm,
girthy motherfucker,
and I'm like, this guy is
Johnny Sins of a worm.
Yeah. If I'm like, this guy is way too far away, he is not gonna make it back. I'll pick him up and just throw him near the dirt.
Yeah, I'll do that sometimes, unless they're like freakishly long. Then I'm like,
oh no, those ones are the ones that are like, this guy has a right to live. The tiny ones, no, they're gonna learn a lesson. They're just gonna get crispy.
They all have a right to live, but okay.
They're worms.
But I know what you're saying. If it's hot outside on the pavement and stuff like that, yeah, I'll be like, all right, you almost had it.
Yeah, and then I'll just toss them back in.
And then it rains.
But then like I think about it
when I drive over them.
Like I throw it back in, a dirt spot, and then just water pools up. Am I drowning it now? Like, there's no happy medium.
You're giving
here.
it a fighting chance. You're not doing the wrong thing. It's okay.
If anything, if I leave it alone, I'm feeding the birds. So like,
that's true.
It's a win-lose-win.
Yeah.
It's like they get like a sun-baked chip out of it. Like the sun chip for birds.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, hey, it's I don't know. Different scenario. But no, like I said, when it rains, I always think about how many of those fuckers I'm murdering.
I don't know about you.
I don't know why I'm like this.
But where I grew up at, there was a lot of turtles that would cross the road.
Oh yeah.
So you would see like 20 of them just on your way, like
I would never
drive.
touch them.
So there were people that would try and like clip the turtle, so it would just like launch it.
Like not Mario Kart?
Yeah, exactly like that. Exactly like that.
Why would you think that would work?
It does work.
You just hit it and it pew.
You barely clip the back of it.
That's so stupid.
It works though. I've never done it.
Oh my gosh.
I've seen it done. And also, it just kills the turtle because you send it flying, the shell cracks, game over.
Yeah.
But I've seen it done, and I've seen turtles get smashed before, and I've seen them get launched by a tire. So normally, like
your Bowser thing to do.
If it's not like a big, busy street or something like that, and I can just put them across the road.
I can't. I'm too afraid to pick them up. I feel like I don't know the difference between like turtles, tortoises, snapping turtles, all that stuff.
Let me just give you
I feel like I'm going to get bit.
Let me just give you the lowdown real quick.
It's their nose, isn't it?
On the snapping turtles, they have like a pointed nostril.
Okay.
And they have spikes all over their shell, like Bowser.
Okay, but they're not like spikes.
They're like pointed.
Oh.
They're not super pointy, but they're like, I was going to say rivets, but
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So you would immediately see it and be like, "Oh, that's a snapping turtle." Plus, their tails look hella weird, and they normally
fuck with turtles.
Smell like absolute shit because they'll just stay in the mud and wait for their food and then go for it.
The only turtles I want to do anything with.
Most of the time, you'll just see box turtles, which kind of look like a square but rounded.
Okay.
Kind of like an oval. But not an oval. I don't know how to.
Square but rounded, but like an oval.
It's like
a triangle, but it's also a square and a circle. It has a spherical form.
You know what I mean, though? It's like it's squared but rounded off.
I see what you're saying. But
so like,
then you said oval, and it threw me off.
Because I was just like, just imagine a a thicker oval, and I'm like, well, no, it's still an oval. You know what? I'll shut
It's a
up.
diamond, but it's a rectangular prism, you know?
Yeah, it's more of a rhombus shape the more you look at it, and then if you look from above, it's like a trapezoid, and then
I just, moral of the
shapes.
story, I don't know my turtles.
just most of them you can pick up. They're not gonna bite you, and if they do bite you, it's not gonna hurt.
I feel like it would. I feel like those fuckers could probably take off a finger.
Snapping turtles, 100% can.
Oh, okay.
Normal turtles,
Like normal
I mean,
turtles.
they're gonna. It's like a pinch, but I mean, it's not gonna
I
hurt.
remember whenever I
But
was...
why would you also just like, oh, let me pick this ass to mouth up and
Well,
move it?
yeah, I'd make sure its face is like away from me, but I don't know
Yeah.
how to. Maybe it goes in there and then all of a sudden it comes
It's like
out
a penis,
like
you know? It's small and then
maybe
big.
it just like goes in and then comes out the armhole and just
No,
fucking.
That's not
I
how
don't
that
know.
works.
I don't know what it does in there. I don't know what a turtle looks like without its shell. I've never looked it up.
I don't think that's
Watch
a thing.
Me look it up.
Well, because the turtles are attached to the
I
shell.
want to see what it looks like.
It's gonna be a dead turtle you're looking up,
Well, I highly doubt. Yeah.
where you're gonna see like that turtle Sheldon that
It
just
was
doesn't
literally-
have
I
a turtle.
just put turtle without, and it said shell.
Yeah,
Oh my god, they look like seals.
they look disgusting.
They just look like flat fuckers.
No, that's
not at all what I thought.
that's not a turtle.
Turtle with no dude. It says turtle with no shell.
I feel like that's
Look how they all
photoshopped.
look.
Show me a different
They
one.
all just look like.
That one looks like a seal.
Well, that's what I
That
said. They
second
all
one.
look like a seal.
No, but a turtle without a
It's
shell
different.
just looks.
I expected it to look like who's this guy? I remember seeing. Oh, Franklin. Yeah,
Franklin
I
the
expected it to
turtle.
look like Franklin,
Yeah,
but
it's
naked.
I said Sheldon
Naked
the turtle.
Franklin. Yeah, these all just look like.
Yeah, but regardless,
What's funny though is like it just keeps popping up with pictures of Franklin. Okay, but regardless, okay.
anyways,
Anyways,
going back
turtles.
to my analytics and the scary thing.
yeah.
Nothing bad. We had just a huge day in Monday. This Monday,
This month has been off the chain.
dude, banging it. This is a new record
Loving it.
month for
Everybody that's listening, thank you so much. You just-
Probably right now around 600 downloads this month.
something I want out of everybody, if you could, please. I know Tyler's talking about subscribing and liking and stuff like that. That would be awesome.
If you
but
say Instagram, I'm
no,
gonna.
no, I don't care about Instagram right now. What I want is to get our YouTube up to 1,000 followers. I know it's a lot.
It's a lot.
But I think right now we're at like 35, and we get so
36.
many.
We got a new one yesterday.
Hell yeah. And we get, you guys are watching our videos on YouTube. By the way, if you're just listening and you want to watch this video, head on over to our YouTube under the same name, Beard and a Half Movie Reviews, and you can watch this episode. But yeah, so many people watch our episodes on YouTube, but we have like no subscribers on there. And that kills
That's true.
me. If you could, please. You don't have to turn on. I'm not going to be like, dude, hit that notification button freaking all day. Just subscribe, please. Take 5
Yeah,
seconds. Go subscribe. You don't have to turn on notifications. I don't really care. Just subscribe. I'm trying to get those subscribers up
For
on there.
every
It would
new
really be
subscriber
awesome.
that we get on YouTube, the next
I'll
episode
shred
of the
an article of
podcast,
clothing.
the next episode of the podcast, Garrett will do that many dabs. Not
No.
like the drugs, but just like actual dabs.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, that's easier than shredding
I'm
clothing.
not going to do
'Cause
that.
I don't want you taking off your socks in here.
Subscribe, though. Leave in the comments. Be like, hey, I subscribed. Maybe I'll shout you out next episode. I don't know.
There you go.
Something I would like to do, because I'm not going to lie, this week we had a lot of trouble figuring out a movie to do, and we'll get into the movie review process of this obviously sooner or later.
Do we
But
do that? Do we do movie reviews?
We do sometimes.
Sometimes.
It just kind of depends.
Fuck, you're not wrong.
I want to do something though. We've never done this before. If
Are we gonna
anybody,
fuck?
if you have a movie you want us to do, please go on our YouTube, put it in the comments. We'll pick the best one to review next week. Does that sound fair?
I mean, you got me mid-vape.
Let's interact with you guys, If you got a movie you want us to do, go to our YouTube channel, put it in the comments. We'll pick the best one. We'll shout you out, and we'll do a review on that movie. It has to be a movie we haven't done before, obviously.
The
but
top-rated comment, the most liked comment, if one, we will do it.
yeah, I mean, I'm just going to pick the best movie, but...
No, that's not fair. The top one, the one with the
Well,
most likes.
Okay, but nobody's going to get on there and be like, oh, I like that guy. No, they're just going to put their own opinion on there.
Yeah, but what if they're like, oh, but that guy has a better movie?
Oh, okay.
You see what I
We'll
mean?
do that. You know what? Just put it on there. We'll pick one. We'll shout you out.
Yeah.
We'd appreciate it. Leave us a little message in there. Why not? Who cares?
Yeah.
I
Why
want to
not?
do that for next week, though. If you could, please. Head on over.
And if we don't,
Do it.
I'm just going to the movie theaters and I'm just gonna point and click at one, and then that's what we're doing.
We'll see.
I do really want to watch that new Nick Cage movie though.
Dude, I did too, but I just did not have time to go.
Wasn't gonna bug you?
Trust me, I wanted to go too
I was
because
waiting.
that thing is done really good. I heard, and I've been wanting to see a Nicolas Cage movie that's good again. So.
He is a true national treasure.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, tell me I'm wrong here. Anyway, I really wanted to do it, and yesterday I was like, dude, I'm just waiting for him to tell me, like, all right, I'm going. Let's do this. Didn't happen. And I was like, you know what? Got a day to myself. I'm gonna enjoy it.
Went and hung out with my kiddo. Me and her did some errands and stuff like that. Came back, painted the bathroom.
Again,
coated it up. Had the second coated it up. Played a little Apex.
Every time you say you painted the bathroom, I just feel like you shit yourself just for a solid hour.
Literally painted my bathroom.
Yeah, even when you say the word literal, still think you shit in there. I can't.
Not what happened. Okay, let's get into this movie.
Garrett, what movie did we do this week?
We did The Bubble. Now, this movie originally was not under that title. Did you know that?
I did not do any research. You told me what movie. I watched it.
Under the title. The original title, working title for the movie that was even like put in their commercials and posters and stuff like that was what was the movie they were filming within this movie again?
Cliff Beast 6.
It was originally titled Cliff Beast 6. That was going to be the name of this movie before they changed it. And then they said that was the movie in the movie that they were filming and everything like that.
It's good.
Yeah, so that was a little bit different. The Bubble, it came out, April 1st, so just not too long ago. It is a Netflix exclusive, which Netflix, you're kind of a rough patch right now. If you didn't know this, give you a little lowdown. Netflix is losing subscribers like crazy, and they're just coming out and telling us apparently I read that they're thinking they're going to lose like another 2 million subscribers and stuff like that because they implemented the whole password sharing thing. You know, which they're saying they're not going to back down on.
So let's just back up real quick.
Yeah.
So am I not going to be able to use your mom's logins for Netflix anymore?
That's not my mom's logins. That's my logins.
So am I not going to be able to?
No, what they're saying is they're not going to back down from it. Instead, they're just going to start charging people more for password sharing. So I may have to start paying more for my my Netflix.
How much are they going to charge?
I don't think they've set an amount yet.
Because I know Hulu went up from like...
Dude, it goes up every 6 months too.
Hulu's
streaming services like
Hulu was $11.99, then it was $12.99, then just like the normal version with ads is now $14.99, and I'm like,
my Hulu that I pay for is the cheapest version, and it started at like $5.99. That's why I did it because it has ads. I don't care. I use that.
Yeah, because that was like the college discount one, and they were like, let's do it for everybody because of COVID.
Yeah,
you know, just get it. But
yeah, I don't even know how much I pay for Hulu, but it's the cheapest one. I do know that. And then my Netflix, I don't know how much I pay for Netflix because
it just comes out and you're just like,
it just keeps going up, dude.
The only thing that
Stop paying attention
because of my Verizon, I don't pay for HBO now. It's covered,
yeah, it's with
and
you.
then Disney, and then ESPN Plus, but I don't use that. What are sports?
I don't.
The
only sports channel, like the only ESPN channel I want to see is the Ocho.
I don't know what that is.
That's the one where they do the most random shit. Like the disc golf championships or like beer pong championships.
I've watched that one because they had like,
stuff,
was it a beer pong? Did you just say that?
Yeah, I said beer pong.
Yeah, they had a beer pong one, and then right after that tournament was a ping pong tournament. I was like, hell yeah, dude, some ping pong. Then I realized how aggressive these men are playing ping pong, and I was like, this was less wild than the beer pong, or this was more wild.
I'm literally watching one right now where they're playing ping pong, but with their heads.
It gets aggressive.
Slippery stairs, dodgeball, like the most random things ever. Anyways,
I also think I get Apple TV.
I know you have Apple TV, but I don't.
Well, I mean, I do have an Apple TV, yeah, but with the plan that I have, since everybody in my family has an iPhone, I bought the music sharing, the fitness one, and then it comes with Apple TV. So I've never used it, but I heard that there's this There's a couple of shows like Ted Lasso. There's another one.
There's a couple of shows on Apple TV that makes me want to get it, but I'm about to get Paramount Plus because I want to watch that Halo TV series.
I'll just give you my Apple TV logins. You give me your Paramount Plus. They're
gonna come after us. They're gonna be like,
they don't have
openly talking about password sharing.
That's something that's not
allegedly.
A crime.
That's what we might do. Allegedly.
Can I just like? Can I? I was gonna like open up and they can't see us here. So technically, we can password share. I feel it. Okay. No.
Allegedly, we might.
Allegedly.
Anyways, welcome back.
Text me that.
This movie, like I said, came out April 1st, Netflix exclusive of 2022. It has an R rating.
Which I did not know. I watched the trailer to it as soon as you sent it to me.
I figured it had an R rating.
I learned this very quickly.
It has a runtime of 2 hours and 6 minutes. It's directed by Judd Apatow. That's how I knew it had an R rating, because I don't think I've ever watched anything by Judd Apatow that wasn't.
There's a couple of them.
Sex, drugs, and
there's one
cursing.
that he did with Paul Rudd that was just the PG-13 movie, but I don't remember the name of it.
I don't remember it. Judd Apatow, he's
out there.
He's going downhill, man. Well, when you compare some of his old movies, like, 40-Year-Old Virgin, Knocked Up, crap like that, I'll admit he did make that one show on Netflix. It was another Netflix exclusive called Love. That show was freaking hilarious. There was only, I think 2 seasons of it. But anyways, that was...
also, you got to think, though...
Lately,
I feel like...
they're not doing it for me.
I mean, Judd Apatow
Anchorman. Forget about that.
Well, it seems like he only has,
This is 40. Bridesmaids.
Bridesmaids was good. Bridesmaids.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Some of his older movies are Drillbit Taylor. Some of his older ones are funny, but these are just producers. He's a producer on Step Brothers, too.
Yeah, I knew that.
He didn't direct it.
But I mean...
I'm looking at producing.
Regardless, he has made some bangers, and I believe he just keeps with the times more than anything, if that makes sense.
His humor is more like a realism humor, you know?
Yeah, and for some reason...
It's something you can really...
Who made Zach and Miri make a porno? Was that Judd Apatow?
I don't...
I might be just completely out of the water here. I don't even know how long we've been doing the podcast for, but I feel like we've hit
21 minutes.
Did you start...
Kevin Smith.
For the Zach and Miri make a porno?
Uh-huh. It's directed by
Silent
Kevin
Bob?
Smith. Yeah.
Really?
That would explain why Jason Mewes is in it and half the cast from all of his other movies and everything.
Yeah, that checks out.
I didn't know that. I guess I never paid attention that it was him.
Huh, that's weird.
Anyways, let's dive into this cast list, though, because there's a lot of people in this movie. Way more than I thought.
I just thought it was going to be those 6 people. That was it.
I did too. So we got I'm done with fucking IMDb's cast list because that shit is garbage the way they put it in order and everything like that. So from now on, we're just Googling that shit. Okay, we got Iris Apatow, which is Judd Apatow's daughter, is in this. She's been in
Which one was she?
The TikTok girl.
I fucking hated her.
So she's been in his last everything he's made recently.
I fucking hated her.
Did you know Leslie Mann is his wife?
The blonde woman, right?
The blonde woman.
Yeah, I knew that.
Gets her arm shut off and everything. So
that
that's
was
his
sick.
wife.
Yeah.
Karen Gillan. Is that how you pronounce it? I do this every time. Gillan. Okay, Karen Gillan's in this. I knew you'd like that. As soon as I saw her, I was like,
Doctor Who, of course.
I would love to watch this if she's in it. And I didn't even realize she was the main character.
Yeah, which we'll get into it. Go on. Continue.
Anyways, Maria Bakalova. She was Anika.
I'm aware of
that one girl. Pedro Pascal was Dieter. David Duchovny was in this. He was Dustin. I'm not even gonna say their last names because I feel like they never even went by him. Fred Armisen was Darren. Keegan-Michael Key was Cliff. No, that doesn't make it.
Keegan-Michael Key was Cliff.
I don't know. Anyways,
no, his name was Cliff. Yeah. No, you're.
Harry Treveldwin. Treveldin. Going with it. Gunther.
Is that the British guy?
He was the weird one.
Yes. The Benedict Cumberbatch dude.
Yeah. That's what it was. Which is funny because in the cast list, though, it credits Benedict Cumberbatch as playing himself. And I'm like,
He could have been in this.
It'd be maybe, but I'm pretty sure they just did a deep fake on that guy.
They did deepfakes on all of them for...
Guz Can. He was Howie. He was the one that freaked out and then ran away. Who is that guy? I've never seen him before.
Howie. Can I see the picture of him?
He was the funny dude that was just like, fuck this.
Not Indian guy. Pakistani? Was that right?
Don't know. But he's that guy.
Yeah. I saw him in the movie. And then he was at the end of the movie.
I know he was in it, but what I'm saying is I don't know of anything else I've ever seen him in.
I've never seen him in anything. Not that I can think of.
Kate McKinnon was Paula. Peter, I read this one earlier. I knew I was going to have trouble with this, so we're just rolling with it. Sarah Fenowicks. Fenowicks?
That sounds better.
Sarah Fenowicks. Sure, why not? He was Gavin. Who else we got? Daisy Ridley was in this movie as Kate. Samson Kayo was Bola. Verdas was Ranjan. Who else we got? Chris Witaski was Josh. James McAvoy was in this movie.
James McAvoy.
For like 2 seconds. Beck was in this movie as himself.
Hated that.
That's it. John Lithgow was in this movie as well.
That's true.
John Cena was in this movie. Now, the people at the end of that cast list kind of had smaller parts, obviously, but still.
Yeah.
A lot of fucking people in this movie.
Yeah.
And with that being said, I had really, really high expectations for this whole movie.
I tend to, whenever we shot in the dark, like day of, or day before, I have very low expectations for what movies, because a lot of times now it's just like you throw out maybe one or two, I'll throw out one. If I don't like what you've offered, I try and offer something of equal to or greater value. I try and look at the ratings and be like, okay, I've got one that was better rated. What do you think about this? Maybe it is. But sometimes it is just a nightmare trying to figure out a movie. And normally I just, you know how Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, HBO, they like make lists of like all the new stuff coming out this month.
Yeah.
And if nobody suggests something, I'm just like, this could be good. And then you're like, how about this one? And then we just kind of pick something and go with it. So going into this, after reading your text message at, I don't know, 7:30, 8 o'clock last night, I was just like, fuck it, dude. Let's do it. I'm not even going to argue it. And you know what? I'll say this. I was not disappointed.
It wasn't. Oh, I didn't want it to come across that I hated this movie.
No. I wasn't.
Yeah. Don't. We'll get into that, but don't.
Excuse me.
Read too far into what I've said so far. We'll get into it, but we'll start it off with you. We'll start it off with you, Tyler.
Oh, and we'll go. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, you want me to go first?
No.
Okay. We're just looking at me. Okay.
Just looking at you while I vape.
That's fine. Yeah.
YouTube doesn't like it when you promote smoking, so I'm not doing it on camera. I was just away from the camera. Just
really
a casual
never
vape.
happened.
Yeah, exactly. It's a fog machine behind my desk.
Allegedly.
Anyway, new year, new me, right?
Did it.
All right. Season 2, episode 13, The Bubble Boy. Nope, sorry, wrong movie.
Is this episode 13?
I
forgot to write it down again.
Well, so last week I didn't write one down, but I feel like we did something else other than the murder on the Orient Sephora.
No, we did Resident Evil.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so this is 13.
So this is 13. Right. My likes.
Yeah.
At the very beginning of the movie, there was a scene where they had to quarantine all the actors for 14 days.
Yeah.
And I don't know, because you didn't really go through quarantine, did you? I know you had that like 7 days.
I had 2 weeks. I had to stay at home. Yeah.
So you are fully aware of what it's like to do.
Well, I had 2 weeks of sitting at home, but it's not like I was home by myself. I had my wife and child. So it actually, like, I understand COVID's a very serious matter and stuff like that. Like, people have literally died and everything. I get that. Trust me. It's not a joking matter or anything.
But we are going to make it a laughing matter here today.
For me personally, COVID, when I had it, it didn't really affect me that much. Mm-hmm. It affected my wife for like 24 hours. She was just like down with the flu-like symptoms kind of thing.
Disturbed, down with the sickness.
Fine. My kid never had any issues or anything else. Those 2 weeks were fun as fuck. We just hung out and spent time with each other, and it was awesome. I really needed that too, because throughout the whole COVID and quarantining and everything else, I was still working every day, or like 4 or 5 days a week and stuff like that. So I got 2 weeks to just relax, and it was nice.
Let me tell you, I think because of COVID, what we did, because the government was just, throwing money at people that were unemployed. So what we did was all the group of people that I have played games with since I graduated high school back in, I don't remember when 2014 sounds accurate. Yeah. But anyway, I've been playing games with those guys. So we all made sure that we quarantined for 14 days.
Yeah.
Made sure, we all quarantined for 14 days, tested prior to quarantine and after quarantine. After that was all set, we literally made no human contact with anybody until we all met up in Minnesota. And we had a week and a half to ourselves. Just 4 dudes hanging out. Yeah. Went to Mall of America. Yeah. Emptiest I've ever seen it. Also, never seen it full. But there was nobody. It was magical. Yeah. We had a great time. They had a literal. It was a 5-star Hilton hotel. Nobody else was there except us 4. That was it. And it was incredible.
It was it was good for some people, but obviously, it was bad for others.
I mean, other people, they're dead. Yeah, and they're dying. They're sick. They can't breathe. I get that.
Yeah, but
fight or flight Darwinism, but it's a serious issue. Yeah. But also, it affected the movie industry. The only movie that was filming was Mission Impossible. Ain't nobody want to see that. Tom Cruise, stop.
Tom Cruise,
stop.
He was he got mad too.
Dude,
I remember
heard that?
Hearing about all the hearing
the
audio
fuck away
tapes.
From people.
Yeah. There are kids that cannot go through college right now, and I'm like, hey, Tom Cruise, there are people dying, but that's okay.
Yeah, he went with the college one. That's cool.
He's like, there are people here that can't afford to put their kids through college. Yeah, but people are dying, Tom Cruise.
Cruise.
It's all good.
Tom Cruise doesn't understand.
He still did something about it. That's better than nothing. So I'm with it.
Yeah.
What are you doing right now?
Oh, right now, just raising up my
your audio
threshold volume. So when you get real loud, you can't hear it. That's
all. Okay.
Anyways, in the movie, they accurately described what COVID quarantine was, because it was a lot of boredom, eating, masturbating, watching movies, and just learning a new talent.
Yeah.
Because
I didn't learn a new talent or anything, but.
Well, you also, if it's just you alone, stuck in a room.
I think it was around. I don't remember.
It was right after.
Did we start going camping and stuff like that? I can't remember.
No, it was
after.
It was after, because this would have been after. Early August, I would want to say.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right.
Because if you go back and look at the first season of our podcast and look at the dates, there's going to be 3 or 4 weeks.
One funny thing, though, that did happen about COVID, the first day I quarantined, literally the first day was the day before that. We were in talks to buy our Subaru and everything. So the day my wife was like, hey, I got COVID and everything, and I called that guy. I'm like, hey, dude, my wife just tested positive for COVID and everything like that, but I am not waiting 2 weeks to buy this car. So I am coming. I'm wearing a mask. I'll, keep my distance. That guy gave no shits. It was from a used car lot kind of thing, but that guy gave no shits. So that day I went and got my Subaru.
I remember that. I remember because I was mad at you. I was like, stay home.
But I wasn't. I was already pretty much everything was settled on the price and everything else. So I wasn't going to miss that opportunity. I wanted to go get that car. So
I don't blame you.
I went and got it.
During quarantine, that was the worst, because they're like, don't go outside. Wear a mask if you have to go outside. Yeah. It's mandatory. And you just you see all these people, and it's a ghost town practically. And when
Not
you do
in my
go,
town, man.
well, when you go here, I could walk into a Walmart and not see but maybe 4 people in a checkout. Plus the way that they've re-engineered every Walmart now, because they all have self-checkouts except for 4 lanes. That's it. Man, that was crazy. They even stopped selling cigarettes and tobacco at some of them to avoid human interactions.
It's crazy.
What a great job to work at Walmart.
Shit was different.
And not have to deal with people.
Man, I remember Walmart hours too. It was open from like 10 to fucking 5
8.
or
Yeah,
some shit.
ours were like 10 to 8.
It was.
And then after that, it was just like, no.
I don't think people realize I only go to Walmart at like 3 in the morning, man. So come on.
It's like the prime time. And like,
even now, my Walmart's still not open for 24 hours.
yeah, ours aren't either, but they close at like 10 now, I think.
Still cleaning and everything, yeah, at 10. But open that bitch up.
What really confuses me is like they have like the what did they essential workers is what they called them.
Oh yeah. I remember I had to like drive around with like a piece of paper if I got pulled over that I was like essential or whatever.
Yeah. And like no police officer, like if you were speeding just a little bit, not gonna pull you over because they didn't want to risk getting COVID. If you had expired license plates, nothing.
No.
Didn't care. As long as you weren't directly breaking the law and it was just like, you know what? Not worth the risk. Go ahead.
It was nice.
It was
being
peaceful.
able to drive and really not have to, because when you're driving, and I hate to say this, but you're always worried, like if you see a cop, like, oh my god, I'm doing something wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm paranoid every time.
And then, I'm not.
I literally throw my crack pipe out the window just so they don't pull me over.
I crush that shit. I smurf it. I shove it right up my rectum. No.
Yeah.
It's
put some
just,
topical cream in there.
I just remember like during COVID and everything though, like driving and stuff, and like like he said, like cops were not that active and stuff like that. And it was really nice. And I was
so
like,
nice.
man, it should always feel like this though. Like I shouldn't always be like, oh shit, what am I doing wrong? I should be able to just drive and be like,
it's like what I imagine like the Netherlands or Swedish police are like. They're like, oh, you've broken a crime. It's okay though. I'll let you off. Go on now.
But even then, like they're really only active when like there's serious shit going down. You know what I'm saying?
I watched a robbery at a gas station, and there were cops there, and they just kind of they didn't want to risk it. They're like, "Hey, stop! You know what? We tried. Let's go. We did our best."
It's
3 bodies on no.
No.
Anyways, let me get back to my likes. I have been distracted, and I apologize. So getting back into it.
Mm-hmm.
The scene where the owner of the hotel was talking to, I think it was Keegan-Michael Key's character, Cliff, about his sex glove that you could go around the world and one person have it, and another person could have it all. Did you not?
I don't think I saw this part.
No, it was in there. But anyway, he was talking about a sex glove design that his brother had made.
I remember that now.
He's like, you can hold it, you can put it up your rectum, it doesn't matter. And then the other person
could be that way. Yeah.
I don't know why I found that so humorous.
I love how he was wanting to talk to him until he brought that up, and he was just like, all right, thank you. You have a good day.
And then like at the very end of the movie, the chick that got her hand blown off now had a sex glove. She had the sex glove.
That was hilarious.
The next part, like this whole movie was great. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But like there were parts of the movie that jump out at you. Like when Pedro Pascal's character...
His character was my favorite throughout the whole movie. He was so funny, though.
Because like it was just like what I imagine like any drug addict... like actor, movie star.
Yeah.
It would be like almost like Robert Downey Jr. in the early 90s. That's what I would imagine his character kind of.
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean,
and then could just like go from like doing like massive amounts of cocaine to just going in and just nailing a scene. Stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean,
just
it was
any movie star in general that like has an addiction or whatever.
It was just crazy. But
it was just funny, yeah.
His scene got me because there was a scene where he I don't remember if he had just done cocaine and then does ecstasy and then tries to bang the maitre d' lady at the front desk. Whatever, Anita.
Oh, yeah.
He goes back to his room and he just like starts doing exercises. And then there's a hologram of Daisy Ridley. And I'm like, you know who that looks like? And
what I read too was they actually had like a whole sex scene between them two that was a lot longer that they ended up cutting out and stuff like that.
That is like, that's unfortunate. I would have loved to see that one.
That was funny though.
But basically what happened, just a general idea, is Pedro Pascal's character, he does ecstasy. He goes into his room to work out after getting denied sex from the front counter lady. And the exercise lady pops up on his mirror while they're doing exercises.
Like that Peloton, like mirror fucking,
Yeah, so you can see what you're doing and the time and everything.
It's got like a little
woman
trainer and everything.
That's there. And it just all of a sudden his ecstasy kicks in and she's just talking dirty to him. And then all of a sudden, like, she comes out of the mirror and they kiss. And then it cuts away and then cuts back to the scene and he's just in the mirror just banging her. I was like, what the fuck?
That was very random. My favorite part with him was whenever that one girl, I can't remember her name, but Karen Gillan or whatever, rounds everybody up and she's like, okay, you know, we need to get the fuck out of here. We're making a plan or whatever. And he's like, every morning I wake up and I eat a Kit Kat, and the next morning I wake up and the Kit Kat's there again. He's like, I don't ever want to leave.
Yeah. I think I actually wrote that down, but
that shit was so funny to me. But no, he did crack me up, especially whenever they all do drugs and she's like, there's no hope, and he's like, but there are drugs. And then slowly everybody starts coming in the room.
Yeah.
That whole thing was freaking hilarious to me.
Again, with the owner of the hotel, he was talking about like how he never wants the actors to leave.
Yeah.
Just as a preface these actors are staying at a hotel while they film this movie, and it's only supposed to be what, 3 months? Yeah.
3 months of filming.
Well, we said it in unison, so I'm like 100% sure that's it.
Probably, yeah.
And during that whole time, if anybody gets sick, they have to quarantine, stuff like that, blah blah blah.
Stop burping.
And then like halfway through the movie, they hire like this
security guy.
Yeah, these security guys that just keep them there. They geotab them, whatever.
Yeah.
That way they know where they are at all times.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways,
which didn't work like in any way, shape,
or form.
The TikTok girl just left. Nobody said anything.
Nobody caught her. But like the woman roller skating out of there, you know, we're gonna blow her hand off.
Probably would have gotten away with it if she wouldn't have been yelling and screaming and also rollerblading out of there.
That'd have been the coolest way to escape, though. Like, quick, she's escaping, and just like.
Hey, I will say this: she was really good at roller skating.
She was, yeah.
I remember the whole scene where they're in quarantine. She's just roller skating. She's killing it.
Let's see. So the hotel owner, he was talking about how he never wants the actors to leave because he's going to be so rich by the time that he leaves. He's going to have a bidet to wash, clean his ass, heat it, and then dry it.
I remember that.
And he's never going to want to leave.
I don't know if he was the owner, if he was just, you're talking about.
He's like the manager, the Indian guy with the really nice beard.
Yeah, he was just another one of the workers, just like the
was he?
girl. Yeah, the main guy that had like the accent.
The British guy.
Yeah. So I think he's the one who actually ran the hotel.
I thought that was the producer of the show, like right below,
and then
right below the
was
woman.
The other guy.
Yeah, Fred Armisen's character was the director.
You know what? You're right.
Yeah,
that's right.
I was thinking so.
Yeah, you're right. That would make more sense. That would make a lot more sense. Yeah, maybe you are right.
So during the movie, obviously one of the main women tries to escape and gets her hand shot off with like
the most random thing ever.
Just the whole hand just gone.
The thumb.
Yeah, the only thing that was left was the thumb. And so she left, went to a hospital, whatever. We don't see her till the end of the movie. So they replaced her with just a green screen stand-in double that was a dude.
With the hair, and the clothes and everything else.
Yeah. And then in that scene, David Duchovny had to kiss him, and then he like pulls off the mask. He's like, I think that actually went really well. What do you think? He's like, you're about 5 inches taller than my wife.
And you're not my wife.
And I was just like, you know what?
And he storms off, and the two mocap dudes, that was one of them. But yeah, those two mocap dudes cracked me up the whole time.
Yeah.
What was that? Oh, that was your classic storm off.
Yeah. Another thing that I really liked is the director, after like everybody was trying to rebel so they didn't have to do the set because unsafe work conditions, things like that.
Yeah.
The director was like, they'll send in Jon Favreau and they'll send me out in a body bag. I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
We are getting this done. And I was like, you know what? Jon Favreau does a lot of movies in a quick succession too.
He definitely is coming back. Dude, I love that guy.
I love him so much.
Yeah.
There's another scene where they start doing the TikTok for the girl, but they're all like high as shit.
Oh yeah.
But like right before during that, they're getting high and just doing all sorts of drugs. The British dude turned into Benedict Cumberbatch.
They all turned into different people for a second.
All turned into different people.
I like David Duchovny because he looked like a younger version of himself and everything. That was cracking me up.
They all had
and then they all became that girl because they were like, let's go do a TikTok. Let's do a TikTok.
And then they went and did a TikTok, and then
Pedro Pascal just...
He just like fucking heart explodes.
The
pretty
funniest
much.
part about that to me though was that Keegan-Michael Key throughout the whole movie, his leg like kept going out or whatever.
No. Well, I'm about to say it.
Okay, just say it. But yeah,
because that was one of my likes. Because he passes out, and then Keegan-Michael Key is just like on drugs. He's like, "I'll go get help," and just does backflip.
Yeah, he does like a cartwheel to like 2 backflips out of there and everything. It just cracked me up.
That's why I was just like, I was dying.
It was very funny. Like how they all had no idea what to do either. And that one guy was just like, time of death, 3:23. And they're like, his chest is still moving. That's just the body letting us know he's leaving and everything.
And then they give him the adrenaline shot. And then he's perfectly okay.
They put him in ice and everything else.
Because like it was like they were doing the opposite of what the British dude said at that point.
Yeah.
They're like,
were just maybe he's having a heat stroke. And
they're like, put him in ice. And he's like, you know what? Let's take him out of the ice. And they take him out, go grab the bag, give him an EpiPen. He's fine. Just that was.
They tried, man. They tried.
That was great.
I like too at the end whenever they're at like the premiere of the movie and everything too. And Pedro Pascal was there with that girl. And then, like Daisy Ridley was there too. And they're like, and who are you? She's like, I'm Kim. I don't know why I'm here. And he's like, come on, let's go. That was just very random.
Another thing that I liked is when they were shooting the climbing scene and everybody was sick.
Oh, God.
And they're like, I don't feel good. And you just see the woman spinning around.
Yeah. And then just gets thrown up on her face.
Yeah, just directly on her face.
That was fucking gross.
And I was just, it's just oatmeal, but like somebody spit that on them.
It's fake, but yeah.
How many takes did that take to land on her face?
To make contact? Probably more than one. Yeah. Almost definitely.
I feel like David Duchovny hits his shots though. Like
maybe. Hey, he looks good for his age. What was the last movie we saw him in?
X-Files.
No. Like we did
Evolution.
Evolution, yeah. Well, we also did Zoolander, and he was in that. He was the hand guy.
I feel like Evolution was after that though.
No, Evolution was like one of the first ones we ever did.
No. But I'm saying Evolution was the latest of the two.
Oh no!
I'm pretty sure Zoolander was made in the 90s.
Came out way after.
No, there's no
Evolution. Way. Oh yeah, most definitely.
I can't fact check that.
I'll fact check
it.
I'm almost. Anyways,
go ahead. Go through.
But like I was saying, Dave Duchovny, hey, still looks good for his age.
Still looks right. He looked a little more tired than normal, but I feel like that's just David Duchovny.
Old.
The other thing that I liked was James McAvoy's McAvoy's appearance. Basically, on their like one of their last shoots that they were doing, they were just trying to leave.
Same year.
Really?
Same year, 2001. That's funny. Okay.
All right, never mind. We were both wrong.
Yeah, didn't expect that. Anyways.
Yeah. So they were all trying to run out of the set and just disappear. That way, they didn't have to finish doing the movie. They were sick of it. They wanted to leave. Mm-hmm. So as Karen Gillan's character, that was a mouthful to try and say, is running away, you just see her dead sprinting. Then all of a sudden, just James McAvoy just was like right behind her. And he almost runs like he does in Split, like that.
I bet that dude
can
freaking run too.
Dude, and then like she's like, get off of me, Professor X. Get back in your wheelchair.
Because he said he pulled something or whatever. She's like, oh, somebody give Professor X his wheelchair back. But I just thought that was the most random thing ever, too. Because he's like, why are you running? She's like, why are you chasing me? And then he just fucking tackles her. And she's like, why'd you do that? Why were you running? You could have been a robber or whatever. What? It's like, I'm working. I like too how she's like, we dated or whatever. We went on a date. And he's like, oh, really? Oh, you know what? I'm getting they're calling me. They're calling me back to set. And she's like, you don't even have a phone. He's like, yeah, I'll be right there. This is so random, that whole thing.
It's just good.
It was funny though. Yeah.
That's it for me. I mean, there's plenty of stuff that I like.
There's overall, I did like the cast that it had, because it had just like the most random people and all sorts of people too. From like comedians to serious actors to
John
just
Cena.
random fucking people. Yeah, like John Cena was in this shit.
Not
And
for long, but briefly.
I did like it. That's what I said. It kind of, I expected a little bit more, and it's not their fault. I thought everybody did a really good acting job and everything like that. I just feel like this movie, to me, like, it was funny to us and stuff like that, but I understand how a lot of people wouldn't like this movie, because it doesn't, like, it has a plot, but it kind of fizzles itself out on like the second half of the movie and everything, you know?
Well, I would just speak from, because I'm hoping your daughter didn't watch this movie.
No.
I'm just assuming from an adult's perspective, like,
Yeah.
we'll say towards generation. What generation are we considered? Y, X, Z? I don't know. Anyways, regardless,
I am me.
Not baby boomers, or no. Anyways, regardless, the new fucks that are here now that do the TikToks and stuff.
Yeah.
Anyways, make sure to follow us on TikTok as well if you haven't already. Anyways, I feel like, if you're in the mid-20s, early 30s, I feel like it stops probably around 35. I don't think anybody over 40 is going to enjoy this movie.
Probably not, but I don't think really young people are really going to enjoy it.
I feel like they
to
would,
me,
because it'll be like relatable, because it's like, oh, TikTok, that's a thing. Oh, my mom watched David Duchovny. Oh, I know these guys.
They're not gonna know who David Duchovny is. But no, I'm not throwing any shade towards the movie. Like I said, I did like it and everything like that, but I could understand if people didn't like it. Like, I looked at a lot of the reviews, like I always do.
Mm-hmm.
Not good.
Really?
Not good. Not a lot of people like this movie.
Why didn't they like it?
I saw a lot of people saying this was a movie made by actors for actors. Like, actors were the target audience of this and stuff like that.
And that's probably why we enjoyed it as actors.
No. But I mean, that's why I'm saying I do understand why people
Sharon over there from Kraft is looking at me weird.
And I will say, towards the second half of the movie, like, I was kind of like whenever they're talking and they're like, oh, we're going to film the next movie back to back and everything. And I was like, please don't pull another hour of content out of your asses to finish this movie. Like, this needs to be wrapping up by now and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I feel the same way.
Once again, I like the movie. But I understand how people could not like this movie because of that.
Yeah.
I like how it just kind of went into the whole COVID era of movie making and stuff like that. And it did make fun of it in a way, but also it had a little bit of realism in there with like the boredom of being stuck in quarantine.
Had a lot of the boredom.
Yeah. And
I think during quarantine, I've masturbated more than I have in my entire life.
Probably.
Just factual. Plus, you gotta watch a lot of movies. You gotta do a lot of boring shit. You gotta pick up like
workout,
hobbies
stuff,
and like things to do. Like Pedro Pascal started painting. The woman picked up.
There was something, his painting that he did too, that was on the wall, is some famous painting by like I can't think of who the guy's name was. I read about it, but I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I did like how it came out with all that stuff. The only thing I'd nitpick about that, though, I feel like this movie should have came out last year.
Yeah, I mean,
would have been a lot more relevant.
But I feel like last year would have been like too real, and
probably. But at the same time, now obviously COVID's still going on and stuff like that. It didn't just go
like
away,
the flu.
But it's fizzled down a lot more than it used to be. You know, you can go places and not have to wear a mask and stuff like that,
or underwear,
or underwear. I don't know what that has to do with COVID, but
the mask for your genitals.
You're not wrong. Fucking just spewing COVID all over
like quarantine all over again.
But anyways, yeah, and like I said, I didn't really have a whole lot of likes that you didn't already get into, and everything.
I apologize. I kind of hit the bangers.
It's okay. Like I said, large cast. I did like the movie. I like how it was like a movie making fun of a movie, and then by the end of it, it comes out and it's just a fucking documentary of the movie that they were making.
That's the part that threw me off, because I was like,
that part cracked me up, and I thought that was kind of funny. I'm gonna bring my feet down a little bit. I feel like I'm too high for the camera. But
it's like, what was? Remember when we were talking about it? I believe the movie was Hamlet 2. Remember that? Basically,
Oh
yeah. So
I remember that.
he was
We were
trying to
talking
make,
about
like,
that at work. Yeah,
bring Jesus back, but make him sexy and do the rapping.
I
And
remember.
he comes there. It's kind of like, it's a farce of a farce. You know, they make fun of real life situations for people to find the humor in it.
Yeah,
And then it just kind of like, it swings in a comical Shyamalan.
yeah,
That's what I call it.
and it was
It's a funny twist.
it. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, it was funny. I do get that.
Oh, you didn't
and
like this
I did have a
movie.
good
Oh,
time.
man.
No, I did like it. You'll see my score and everything. No, I'm not gonna say it was great and everything like that. But like I said, by the end of the movie, the plot kind of fizzled out and everything for me, and I was kind of just like,
Yeah, they were just spending like 45 minutes trying to figure out how to escape, and it was just drawing.
yeah,
I get that.
I did. It was not even just that too. They just escape and then just spin. You know?
Well, I mean, it did the 2
Premiere
years
and
later.
everything. Yeah, but I almost wish they would have just finished the movie and then like the movie be like a raging success and everything, and then they're like, we're gonna do another one, and then like
Just everybody commits suicide.
everybody gets scared and runs away at that point or something. I don't know, but I don't know how I would have wanted.
Yeah,
it to
I don't
end,
know.
but regardless, that's really my likes though. I don't have anything else. Large cast, everybody did a really good job acting. I loved everybody that was in it.
I will say,
Even his daughter, Judd Apatow's daughter, she cracked me up. I did like her in that. You need to see the show Love on Netflix.
I'm
She
okay.
plays like a child actor
I'm okay.
on that show, but she's not the main character or anything like that. Don't get me
Shouldn't be
wrong.
the main
She's-
character in
she's-
anything.
She's barely in it, but I mean, she was funny as shit in that movie or that show too. But
I didn't like her at all.
I mean, I get it. Yeah, she's kind of just the
but-
she's the TikTok girl, which is funny because it also makes fun of that, which is something I could totally see Hollywood doing, just putting like
Yeah.
some famous like TikToker in a fucking movie just because they have like 14 million followers or whatever.
Yeah, they did that with the, what was it? What was that? Fred?
Fred.
Fred.
Oh, Fred the movie.
Yeah.
I remember that.
They
Well,
try-
it's one thing to like give them their own movie, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I would not be surprised at all if like the next Fast and the Furious just had like some famous TikToker in
It just
it.
has David Dobrik in it.
Yeah.
Giving away money.
He's the computer hacker.
Yeah.
I'm in. Yeah. Something stupid, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. I
fucking
could
Fast
see
and the
something
Furious.
like that.
You get into this huge car chase and they park in a parking garage, throw on the lights. It's Mr. Beast with the identical car. Each car has $1,000 in it, but one of them has the keys to every car in the trunk.
That's what they're
You
doing.
got to find the keys.
That's actually who they're just stealing from is Mr. Beast.
That's it.
I mean, yeah, it's something I could totally see happening. But that's also why I'm saying I did like this movie because it did pull shit like that. That's totally like, yeah.
I mean,
that
I
would
could
totally
see
happen.
them. I could see them doing that. You're not
Yeah.
wrong.
Most definitely.
There's one more thing that I did like about the movie. Just overall, genuinely, I'm sure you've seen Portlandia. What's the name of that show?
The show that one guy is in.
Yeah, Fred Armisen.
I've never watched it.
Really?
It's
You
they
strike
have-
me like the kind of guy that would just.
I've tried. There's another one too though besides Port.
I can't remember
I
what
think
it's
he was
called.
also in the OG What We Do in the Shadows. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, he was not in that. I watched that.
The original
Yeah.
show or movie or whatever it is.
Yeah, I watched that one.
UK one or whatever.
Yeah, Fred Armisen is not British in any way, shape, or form. So
I
like,
know, but I could have swore I remember him being one of the characters.
no.
But no, you may be right.
But like, just genuinely throughout the movie, just Fred Armisen cracked me up, and I just,
He's a funny dude. Yeah.
he's just one of those guys where you're like, I hate this guy, but you know what? He's so damn lovable. And then at the very end of the movie, after like they do like they roll the credits, and then like, I don't know, 15 seconds later, they're like, yeah, just think about it. This would be a really shitty way to end the movie. Normally, you have to end a movie with like some sort of memorable moment that brings everybody
that way
back.
Nobody cares about the beginning because the end is what they.
And what was
are
funny
left
to
with
me,
or
it was
whatever.
like the end was shit, but the beginning was good, and I was like,
It did kind of just end for me. That's why I did think that was funny. And I almost feel like just the whole movie itself, too, is not only, like I said, kind of making fun of, I'm not saying it's making fun of COVID and stuff like that, but you know what I'm saying? It's kind of making fun of like how movies were being made
That's
during COVID and stuff like that. But not only that, also making fun of actors and shit like that.
Yeah.
And their drama and everything they got.
Think
going
about
on
all the
in their
good
lives.
things COVID had brought, though. We got the Snyder Cut.
We did get the Snyder Cut, man.
They spent like, these guys, they're quarantined, so they spent, I thought it was like $20 million to finish it.
It was quite a bit, but
yeah. They had a dedicated team just ready to work on that. Thanks to COVID, they knocked it out in 4 months.
That was crazy.
And so, like, we had a 6-hour-long movie that was just fantastic.
Like 4, but yeah.
What did I say? 6?
6. Did you hear? So I'm just gonna. This has nothing to do with the movie or anything like that, but I do feel like I need to talk about this. Warner Brothers and Discovery, combined or whatever, merged companies or whatever like that. Mm-hmm. So like as far as like movies go, for Warner Brothers and like the DC universe entirety, got new CEOs, and they're saying now that they're going to change the direction of how they're making superhero movies. They want it to be more, combined like Marvel does. And they also said stuff about like how they want to bring characters that have kind of been shelved back to life.
Kite Man.
Probably talking about Superman because he hasn't been in anything in a while.
Right.
So yeah.
You're going to have to find a new Superman.
What bothers me though, I don't want him. I want only Henry Cavill to be Superman. And they need to get on that before Marvel's like, hey, Henry Cavill, you want to be our new whoever in a
Wonder
movie
Woman.
or Hercules. Be Hercules.
He could be.
Anyways, no, I want him to stay as Superman, but what bothers me about that is like I'm really hoping we still get another Robert Pattinson Batman.
Oh, I'm sure we will.
They said that they're reworking a lot of shit now. All this stuff with Ezra Miller, the guy who plays the Flash.
No, I'm aware.
Arrested like 2 times in Hawaii. Dude, what the fuck is wrong with that guy? Honestly,
I believe child fame is what got to him.
I like him so bad, but dude, he just keeps fucking himself, and I just keep hearing stuff about how he's just like choking people out, fighting.
He threw a chair at a woman in Hawaii.
Dude, like you're
right after
famous actor, just like get your shit together. I don't know.
I mean,
the day he was supposed to go to court to like testify or whatever about that whole incident, he just gets put in jail again, and it's like, bro, I still want to watch The Flash too, regardless.
I feel like there are certain situations, like Tobey Maguire was always in hot water because he hurt paparazzi and things like that.
It's different.
No. Yeah. Because we have hearsay. We have no idea what actually happened.
That's true.
Somebody could have hit him and he just like choked him out in self-defense.
This is true.
And then threw a chair at them.
The media likes to, shift stuff in their favor.
I'd like to keep it,
I get that.
Like kind of, I stick to the medium until I hear the story. Because I've been watching the Johnny Depp trial.
I've just been seeing Instagram videos and
Amber
YouTube
Heard's
videos
lawyer is fucking stupid. And like anybody
I'm so out of the loop on that. I don't even know what they're in trial for.
It's a $40 million defamation case. Not defecation, defamation.
Okay, defamation meaning like...
So defamation is like... So say that Beard and a Half has a meaning to it, right? Like, we do podcasts. That's what we do. Yeah. Somebody goes out and slanders us and then makes, a profit off of that. That's defamation. But not necessarily like that, because Amber Heard went to a news outlet and told them that Johnny Depp was beating her. And then from
she,
that,
like, ruined his name and stuff like
he
that. He
threw his name in the mud, so he lost his Pirates of the Caribbean. He lost the Fantastic Beasts.
Stop making Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pretty much everything that Johnny Depp had going for him ceased to exist.
Yeah.
And he lost upwards of $140 million because of it.
Gotcha.
But he still got paid from Harry Potter because he filmed the one scene, so he got like $30 million out of that. But he's suing Amber Heard because of the Pirates of the Caribbean $40 million.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
Pretty much everything is in Johnny Depp's favor right now because that woman is just a horrible person.
Well, right on.
And that's pretty much it as far as that goes.
Maybe a horrible person, but I'm just saying.
$20 is $20.
If they make another Aquaman movie, I still want her to be Queen Mira.
I don't really care about that because
I do, because I don't like whenever they recast characters in movies that are going to continue on.
Yeah, I know.
Which
I
was
have
funny
to,
too because this movie made fun of that. He's like, just recast me. He's like, you remember Ben Affleck was Batman? And he's talking about George Clooney was Batman, but he was too sexy. And then they
now you got that bullshit kid from
Yeah.
Twilight, Robert
You got that
Pattinson.
skinny fucking glowy kid from Twilight. Yeah, that was funny.
That was good.
But regardless,
But my whole thing is, I hate it when they recast people. Don't get me wrong. I gotta
hate it.
watch the new.
I
gotta
despise
watch
it.
the new fucking Fantastic Beast without Johnny Depp, thanks to Amber Heard. So
It's-
not looking forward to that.
Yeah.
What if-
I mean,
what
I
if they
get it. I
just-
just
Replace Amber Heard with Johnny Depp. Hmm?
gonna be really weird for Jason Momoa.
But he's gonna be dressed as Jack Sparrow.
I came to the sea.
Why is all the rum gone, Momoa?
I don't want that to happen in any way, shape, or form. Tyler, what'd you dislike about this movie?
I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
we
run
got
through
him.
them. The two TikTok kids fucking hated them.
It was just the one
next,
TikTok kid. Yep. Oh,
yeah, I hated both of them.
I did hate the other one.
The dino dance that she did.
So stupid.
The stupidest fucking thing
and
I've
I know
ever
they're
seen.
making fun of the stupidity of it and everything,
Mhm.
but it just made it even more dumb to me.
Yeah, they literally did
It
a
was-
TikTok dance.
That was so stupid. And then Karen Gillan just like pisses her pants or whatever.
Yeah,
That was just I hated
Funny,
that whole
but
scene.
yeah.
It drug on for way too long, and it wasn't even that long, but still, I didn't like that.
hated that. I also hated the Cliff Beast's penis. Like they made like a 10-minute bit about
It's like
the,
an octopus and everything.
like
yeah.
they're on top of this cliff about to like they're like already killing them, but it's like you have to shoot their genitals. They're
you have to shoot
explosive.
their reproductive organs or whatever.
And they're like,
yeah.
"Can we cut this? I don't know why we're shooting at their
cock and
penises."
balls and everything?
And like you
Yeah.
see like this giant fleshy jellyfish with huge balls floating towards you. And it does like this close up zoom, and I'm like, you know what? I don't like that, and I know what it is now.
It was just very weird
Not
to
a
me.
fan. My last dislike. I don't like Beck. I didn't like how
You
he.
don't like Beck?
No, I like.
I don't
Beck.
like Beck now.
I
I'll
don't-
admit.
I liked like '90s Beck, maybe
Yeah,
early 2000s.
I remember Beck came out with a new album with
like the Red Hot Chili Peppers' new album. Trash.
no, he came out with a new album with somebody. I don't remember who it was.
My guess.
I don't remember, but it came out like I think last year, the year before that. Dude, I listened to it, and there was not one song on that whole album I was like, dude, this is good. Now,
Yeah, I don't like
I
Beck.
don't like Beck anymore. But I
Doing,
mean, as a
like-
person, he's fine. But just like music wise, he's just not making music.
I don't like Beck doing Beck things.
You don't remember Beck on Futurama?
No, I do.
When
That's why I was like, I like Beck
yeah.
in the early '90s or
Yeah.
late '90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
Because Beck was good,
Yeah.
but like
A lot
for the
different
most
now.
part, he just sang his normal songs. This one, he just kind of made up his own song and then sang an old song and then combined the two.
I also think that just the whole part with Beck too was also like funny. Like out of anybody they could have gotten,
They picked Beck.
Yeah, they just got Beck. Which
They-
is like the most random.
What
thing
we're
ever.
talking about is like everybody needed like a morale boost, and so like the
Yeah.
CEO of the production company was like, "Oh, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
Beck."
Here's Beck with like some, and I love their lines for that too because they were obviously written. Like
Yeah.
you could tell the way they were so monotone, going back and forth and everything. And then here's Beck, and yeah,
Yeah, I did
I
not
didn't
like
like
that.
that.
was.
No, I'm good.
Anyways, what did you dislike?
Like I said, felt the movie was a little too long.
Can I just jump in real quick? Oh,
Words.
one last dislike while you cough.
Yeah.
I didn't like how whiny Karen Gillan's character was,
Super whiny,
but like
but also I feel like that
I
was,
get it,
Yeah,
but I feel like at a
Yeah.
certain point, just kind of like suck it up a little bit.
it's
Just-
also like you're saying in
just
this
like a whiny
glorious
little-
hotel, and that was kind of the thing. That's what that one girl, the TikTok girl's
Yeah.
friend, was saying too. Like nobody cares about actresses' problem. Like there are people out there with real issues.
Yeah, it's like, oh no,
And-
my chauffeur's sick.
But we're
Who's
being
gonna
held
take
against
me?
our will and everything else. Yeah, but you're also staying in like a 5-star hotel
Yeah.
and fucking everything's paid for. And
Yeah.
it sucks, but at the same time, it's like whatever. But no, she was kind of whiny, or whiny, not windy. But no, the movie was kind of long. It was just, and it's just mainly the second half. I feel like the you know, there were certain scenes that could have been summed up just a little bit quicker.
Yeah,
and
no,
stuff
I
like
agree.
That. And the whole helicopter
I
scene
knew
at
you were
the
gonna
end
say
when
it.
he's going up and he's like, I can't do it. I can't go forward. And she's like, no, it's fine. We're a family.
Just push it
I
forward.
fucking hated that scene. Get the fuck out of here. That was like a scene that should have been in their fake movie they were making and everything. And then they all got their hands on the fucking throttle and everything. I was just like, this is stupid.
Dude.
The funniest part was whenever she's like, you two how to fly a helicopter. And then she's like, hold on, I'm watching a monkey taking a bath.
That was adorable,
Like,
though.
that was funnier than the fucking, I can't do it. They only taught me how to go up. I can't go forward. And it's, we're a family.
Dude, hold on. Let's talk about that scene right before they get in the helicopter, and David Duchovny and the director start fighting.
Just fighting, and
but they're
like,
doing their practice fighting. They're like,
so
okay, grab me,
stupid.
block, punch, dodge. They were doing that, and he's like, you actually have to do something different than what was choreographed. And he's like, oh right, nut grab.
This one's off my script or whatever, and then just fucking grabs him in the crotch.
Anyway, sorry, continue.
The plot, like I said, kind of fizzled out towards the end of the movie, which once again, I get it. I feel like that was on purpose.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the stupid things that a lot of people complained about that this movie did, it was on purpose. Like, they were making fun of a lot of things, not only actors and like I said, making movies during COVID and everything else. It was on purpose. You know, that was the comedy they were going for and stuff like that. And I get it, but sometimes it was a little too on the nose for me. And I was kind of just like, all right.
Yeah,
like I said, with the plot and everything like that. Like I feel like it could have ended just a little bit better than it did. It kind of ended like their fucking movie, their fake movie that they were making ended.
Yeah.
It just did.
It's like it's like Tropic.
And then the whole movie just changes.
It's like Tropic Thunder, but like some shit happens that goes real weird real quick.
Yeah, and that's just, like I said, it just kind of fizzled out towards the end to me, and I wasn't a big fan of that.
Now I wonder who directed Tropic Thunder. I hope it's Jon Favreau.
I said earlier, I feel like the movie, it was not Jon Favreau. The whole movie should have came out last year, which, like I said, I feel like it would have been a lot more
I feel like it would have
relatable
been
at that time.
even less well received if it came out last year, just because
maybe then it's really on the nose.
Yeah.
No, I get you.
That would be like
I get it.
us making a comedy about 9/11, like the year after 9/11, starring two planes in a building.
Yeah, but
or like we make a
I feel
comedy
like that's
about
a little
Sandy
bit different,
Hook.
You know, those are a little bit different. You know,
the same principle. A lot of people died. It's a tragedy.
Yeah, but those couldn't have been avoided.
I mean,
at the same time,
COVID could have been avoided if we had somebody with stricter guidelines on quarantine. It could have been avoided.
A lot of things, probably could have been avoided. But those are more of like those are terrorist attacks.
Well, one of them was just a kid with an AR. The other one was just
a terrorist attack, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not trying to laugh at the fact that they're
No,
terrorist
I'm
attacks,
trying to justify it. That's the funny
different
part.
than a terrorist attack.
Could have been considered a terrorist attack. Chemical warfare.
Maybe it was. Maybe
an act of terrorism.
Maybe. You know what's funny too is I was. This has nothing to do with this podcast or anything like that. But you know how I've been playing Batman Arkham Knight again, and I've kind of been running through there and stuff like that. In that game, there are medics. There are medics that go around and like help the bad guys and stuff. And then as I'm beating the shit out of the medics battlefield, I'm thinking, am I committing a fucking war crime right now?
I am killing these medics that are healing.
Not killing. Batman doesn't kill, but you're not supposed to attack the medics in war. So I thought about that the other day as I was just roundhouse kicking one. Like, did Batman just commit a war crime? Man,
are you really not supposed to attack the medics in war? Is that just like a
that is a war crime? Yeah, if there's a medic, you're not supposed to.
Okay, but just hear me out. If you're
both sides participate, like it's not just like a one-sided thing. But
if you're in a war and you kill a medic, it's already a war crime because you're killing other people, but not just the medic.
You're not supposed to. It's like along the lines of like, you know, we don't use chemical warfare and stuff like that.
We used mustard gas and all that good stuff, though.
No, but we're not using like face melting like chemicals like on villages.
We could though.
I mean, both sides could.
Napalm.
But that's what I'm just saying. That's like
sticks to kids.
That's a war crime.
I'm so sorry. Not editing it out.
All right, that goes in my dislikes. But no, that's
What you
really,
just said goes in my dislikes.
that's really all I had in my dislikes for this.
That's
and then
fair.
I'll just jump right into my changes. Like
Yeah,
I
go
said, I
ahead.
would have just a little bit
Wrapped
faster
up the
towards
little
the end.
Yeah.
Just towards the end, I would have just made it a little bit faster, but not even really just a little bit faster. I would have just changed it just a little bit, how it ended. Like I said, it kind of just ends.
Kind of abruptly, and then does like the 2 years.
And then, like I said, I get it. That's kind of the whole point. But I definitely would have changed that helicopter scene. That was the most like cringe scene for me.
Yeah, that was really
I
bad.
was just fucking crash it at this
Yeah,
point.
I was going to say, you know what would make it even better, right? So changes. Karen Gillan's boyfriend, that whole scene with the kids and her.
I do
Just cut that. Cut
Yeah.
that first of all. Secondly, when they're all in the helicopter going to fly away, as soon as she's like, we're family, I wish Keegan-Michael Key's character was like, that's the dumbest shit. And then you hear all the alarms go off and they just crash into the ground. There's an explosion.
But
They
all
don't
live.
They don't die. They're all like kind of in comas
Yeah.
that wake up at different times. They couldn't release the actual movie because they couldn't film the rest of it.
Yeah.
But the dude
Which
did a
gets them out of their
documentary.
contract and everything else, but they can still make the movie.
And then the
Okay.
dude did the documentary on it instead, and they
Yeah.
were all still stars.
That would have been better.
Yeah.
And probably funnier.
Yeah,
Like-
exactly. Instead of like them just running away in a helicopter 2 years later,
Yeah.
this is what happened. Helicopter crash where Keegan-Michael, he's like, the fuck did you say?
Yeah.
And they
That's
crash.
the dumbest fucking shit I've ever heard before. And then, just
They crash, coma, wake up.
Would have made a lot more sense, too. Because the whole time I'm thinking, too, like, okay, even if he can fly away, can he land?
Well, no, they practice going up and landing. Those are the only
down,
two.
but
Up and down. That's all you need to know.
It's true, I guess.
Everything
Yeah,
else
but my what did he say? But my fans would go ape shit if I was able to just like move forward like 5 feet.
Yeah.
I did like the movie. It was funny.
It's a good movie.
It did have its funny parts. Yeah, it was a good movie and stuff like that. But
I will say this.
at the same time, that's what I'm saying. Like out of all the reviews I read of it and stuff like that, like I'm pretty sure on IMDb this thing scored like 4 out
Really?
of 10. Yeah, and I get why people would say that, but
me-
also like,
Let me ask you something. Did you LOL at this movie?
oh yeah, there was quite a few parts I
Now-
laughed. Yeah,
Now let me ask you this.
out loud.
Was it just like a or like a what?
There was like
The
fucking-
Keegan-Michael
the-
Key when he backflips
when
out
he
of the room.
backflipped, I died laughing
I
at that.
could not
the Kit
stop.
Kat part, I died laughing at that. Like there was a lot of times with Pedro Pascal that I died
when
laughing
he
at
comes back
everything.
in and he's banging the mirror.
Yeah.
I laughed at that.
I laughed at that. The drug part, laughed at that.
Yep.
The whole like
Like I'm saying, there's not a lot of comedy movies where I actually laugh. All I think to myself is like, that was funny.
yeah.
It's
I do that too. Yeah.
It's like
that was humorous.
watching a fucking. It's like watching stand-up comedy sometimes,
Yeah.
where it's just like that's
there's some
humorous.
people- it's
Yeah.
almost like it would be funny if I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
But
But
with these ones, it was like actual like
that's what I'm saying.
a fucking weird ass cutaway that just caught me off guard.
I do like Judd Apatow's sense of humor because it is like a relatable sense of humor and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And it's just, it's funny. Yeah. Some of his shit isn't the funniest, but
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. I do like his humor, but anyways, that's what, did you have anything you would change about this?
Just what I said with the ending with the
Oh, yeah,
helicopter.
I forgot you already said it. Okay. Yeah.
Excuse my
No,
burp.
that I feel like that would have been a lot funnier.
I
Or
feel
maybe
like-
they just fucking crashed the helicopter right into the director. That would
Yeah.
have been funny too.
True.
Or just the security guard guy comes out and then I like that. What I did like about that scene though was when it cut to the director and he's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, it's just a prop gun." And he's like, "I'm just gonna try to scare him down." And he just like mouths words.
Yeah, they're like genuinely talking and stuff.
But he doesn't
and he's
fucking.
just,
That part
Doesn't
made
even
me
fucking
laugh
say
too because
anything.
I was like, "What the fuck is he doing?" But it's the humor.
yeah.
That's what it is. It's just some random shit that he just throws in there.
So what would you rate this movie out of 5?
I said 3.25. I did want to give it above a 3. I said 3.25. Pedro Pascal beards, because like I said, he was
The
my favorite
stubble
character
bubbles.
in this. But oh, that's not bad. Yeah, I
Stubble
like
bubble.
that. But yeah, I had a 3 first. I tell you, this score went up 3 times actually.
Really?
I had a
2.
2.75.
Mm-hmm.
Then I raised it to a 3 on the way over here. And the more we talk about it, the more I kind of want to give it. Like I wrote down 3,
Right.
but I'll give it a 3.25.
Typically, I don't write down scores till the end because sometimes I let you sway my opinion a little bit.
Sometimes you got to really reflect on it.
Because on here, I put 4 stars.
Oh, you give it a 4.
It was a good comedy.
No,
I
it
enjoyed
was.
it.
Yeah, I understand your score. It was funny.
Judd Apatow speaks to me on a very personal level.
He really does. And I think one of my most favorite things he's ever done in a movie was the scene from Knocked Up when they go to Vegas and Paul Rudd's character is in the hotel room and he brings in the like 6 different chairs and he's like, every chair in this hotel is different. And he's like, why? And he's sitting down and all. That was like every time I think of a movie with like a Judd Apatow movie, I think of that scene because that's like, I don't know. It's just the relatable shit that's not funny, but it's fucking funny at the same time, you know?
I know that people are going to give me shit for it, but that's like Step Brothers when they tag team the interview with Seth Rogen in the room.
Yeah.
And he fucking farts. He's like,
that one.
Is that ketchup and onions? He was like, he's like, now the tuxedos seem kind of fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Get out.
It's
It's
funny.
It's just one of those things. But like Step Brothers in general, when they are learning to become adults, and like he uses a fucking floor mat to wipe his ass because he doesn't have toilet paper.
Yeah,
I was like, I haven't been there before, but I mean that's
I can
relatable.
See that actually happening.
I feel so happy when I buy like a giant roll of toilet paper. Not since I got a bidet. Hardly use toilet paper.
It's true. Same.
I use it to dry my ass, if anything.
It's literally. They have like bidet wipes you can get too, but I just don't. I
like the bidet.
Can't do it.
Like a pressure washer for my asshole.
They got like these things you buy. It's like 6. Like it's basically like just a cloth, and then you wash them, and then you just. I just can't.
That seems gross.
It's
a poop rag.
You know, in the chance that you crank it enough, and you go to test it, and you're like, oh well, I gotta crank some more. But now you have a rag covered in shit.
See, let me ask you
something.
something.
You have to wash that rag covered in shit.
Let's stick to the bidet topic for a second. When you use your bidet, do you let that bad boy run while you're looking at some Instagram reels for a little bit?
Yeah.
Like I'm talking like 20 seconds. You let that thing rip.
Sometimes longer.
And then you just kind of like do the little
other
toilet
day I
pull
was
thing.
telling you I had a serious case of ass piss.
Yeah.
Shit, when I got home, use that thing. I let that shit crank.
Because
especially if I'm not home all day, you know, and I'm shitting in other places, you know.
I'll come home. I just missed it just because
around town. And I come home and I just gotta.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Yeah.
The funniest thing to me is there was one day where I'm sure you've gone full pressure.
Oh, full pressure. Yeah, I've tried it.
Yeah. Let me tell you, hit the most sensitive part inside my asshole.
Yeah.
And that was the most pain I think I've ever experienced.
Yeah,
and it was because I tensed up because I was shook by it.
I've had the situations where I had it running and I like went to fart or something, and I just gave myself a what's that called
I know what you're talking about.
An enema.
You gave yourself a bidet enema.
I just kind of gave myself a little bit of an enema, and I had to fart out some water.
It's so.
My kid tried it once.
Really?
One time, yeah. She sat down on the toilet and wanted to try it. We put it on low.
I'm sure that
she didn't like it.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
It grows on you. Is
what I hate. What I hate is my wife uses it, obviously.
And she switches it to the front.
She switches to the front squirter. Sometimes she forgets to put it back to the rear squirter.
So you're slapping ball.
I turn it on, and let me tell you, that pressure on my nutsack, that scares the living shit out of you. So I don't like that. But
it
doesn't happen a lot. But when it does, frightens the shit out of me every time.
If I have somebody over, you know, when I first showed you the bidet, remember how I just turned it on and it launched at the wall?
Oh, yeah.
That's my favorite.
It fucking
thing.
goes.
That's my favorite thing to show people.
Like the Super Soaker 9000.
You just see this like white pad on the back of the toilet, like in the bowl, And then
Yeah.
you're just like, watch this, and it just drops down, and it's like a super soaker at Mach
It
speed.
fucking flies. Yeah, you would never think they squirt that hard, but they do.
No, I really never
tell
thought that pressure on that would be so great.
When I get to the point of owning a house and everything like that, like I'm trying to do, I definitely want to get an actual but not saying our bidets aren't actual, but like one that's like heated and everything like
One
that.
to get some like heated water at your butthole.
Man, that would be so nice.
Because I feel like you would have to run it from the sink,
That's the
hose,
next level.
and get the extender and everything like that, and run it across.
It's got to be like built into the toilet.
Yeah, that's what I'm
kinda thing.
saying.
The only thing that's like weird about it is like I don't understand how the power source goes and shit like that. You'd have to run a power source, and then it's like a whole like
I
GFI
said,
unit.
I feel like what happens is you take it from the sink heat and just run it underneath the toilet, just for the hot water.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like
So
we
then
did
there
with the
is no
splitter.
power source. So it's just like a fucking That makes a
Exactly.
little more sense. Okay, yeah.
Because you just want hot water.
Yeah,
now you were just
that makes more
blasting
sense.
your ass with 110-degree water. Clean it up a little bit, and then hit it with the cold, and then do some lukewarm water.
I definitely would do 110 degree.
Well, I don't know.
I see
what
what you're
the-
saying.
I don't have control over the heated water, so fuck it. Anyways, you got anything else?
That's it. That's all I got.
I got something that if everybody has stuck around. So it turns out we can do an Apple exclusive sort of podcast thing, which most of our viewership is on. But we can do...
Adding Podkite.
Yeah, I
Wasn't
don't...
that the other one?
Yeah.
What's Podkite, people? If you're listening on Podkite, like I don't...
What the fuck are you?
Go to our YouTube. Tell us what the fuck that is. I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, so
but-
basically...
Hey,
On
shout out to you.
Apple Music, since I have the thing set up, we can actually create a new channel, a new podcast
Oh, this exclusively.
exclusively, and I can do it for like people pay $4.99 a month to listen to whatever shit we have to throw at it. It could be whatever, it could be whenever. I'm not saying we both have to do it.
Yeah.
I could do it, and you could do it. We could both do it together. You know, you could watch me do it. I'll watch you do it. I'll watch you and your wife do it. I'll join. No,
I like where this is going. That's what,
Richie does.
as you
me.
went on, I was just like, okay, where's this going? I like
But
that.
my whole point being that like me or you could do it. We could do it as much as we want to, or as little as we want to, just to offer
exclusive episodes.
just exclusive episodes.
See, I just
to
want
those.
to get into the point of just having
I can't figure out how Spotify.
Patreon. Just having exclusive episodes we could throw on there and stuff like that.
Listen, once we grow a little bit more, sure, I'm more than
Yeah,
applicable
I'm not
to that.
saying right now.
Because like I tried to do everything all at once, and that was a horrible backfire.
yeah. 'Cause
So
we took down our merch. Is that correct?
I took down our merch. We no longer sell merch until I get
Enough.
no, just till I get my heat press working, which it works fine. I just have to scrape off your face off of it.
That's my fault.
And get the printer set up because I need to buy another desk to put over there where my trash can is. So I can put the 3D printer on it or the decal cutter.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
So
about.
it has to be hooked up to a computer to cut out designs and stuff. But once I do that, I can do literally everything and print them, and we can sell our own merch.
You took that down, and then you took down the Discord. Or no, not Discord. We don't have. Well, we do have.
We do
That's
have a
just me and
Discord.
you.
It's just me, you, and I believe Richie. We even have a Twitch, but don't use it because I thought one day we might just put our episode on Twitch,
Oh, just live on Twitch.
just live on Twitch,
be kind of cool.
because I thought it would be really fun to maybe just do these once a week live on Twitch.
I'd like that.
And
sooner or
then
later.
at the
That'd be
very
cool.
end of the podcast, we thank all of the new followers that followed us on there,
Yeah.
and then we
Well,
can
that
talk to
also,
chat.
we'd have a chat audience and stuff like that too. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Or maybe just
But-
every now and then we could just get on Twitch and just have like a. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is that something you want to see? You want to see some live stuff from us on Twitch? You want to keep doing this?
Visit our OnlyFans to find out more.
Leave it in the comments below on our YouTubes. Anyways, that's it. That's all I got, right?
Wrap it up, dude.
That's all. Hey, everybody, thank you for sticking to the end. Please, like I said, get on our YouTube. Please give us a subscribe. Like, follow on all of our social medias. Stay tuned on Instagram. We post album covers on there and stuff like that. Tyler's vaping over there, and it's kind of distracting me, so I'm trying not to pay attention to it. What else do we post on Instagram? We also put some of our TikToks on there. We are on TikTok, but it seems like Instagram, we're blowing up more than we are on TikTok.
I put
with our
pictures of
TikTok.
my genitals on Instagram for everybody to enjoy.
That never happened, but I guess it could. Is that something you want?
I could accidentally click on the wrong picture.
Not do that.
45-minute live documentary narrated by Uma Thurman.
Let's not do that.
It's like, I danced like that in a movie once.
I like Uma Thurman. Maybe it's just me. Anyways,
Oh, I love
regardless,
Uma Thurman. Kill
that's
Bill?
all I got, guys. I'm Garrett.
I'm Tyler.
Thank you for watching. Hang in there till next week. We'll be back then. Goodbye, everybody.
Peace out, Girl Scouts.